Okay, so let's go straight into the warm-up for today's circuit. Some big circles of the arms. Pulling the arms back behind you, lifting up, squeezing through those shoulder blades. Changing direction. It's probably a little bit easier going that way. Interlocking the fingers, and I'll do some halos around the head. And changing direction. And then lifting the knees up. Just getting a bit of mobility around the hips there. And then up and out. Opening up through the hips. Hopefully you've got your own playlist going so you can't actually hear all the creaking and cracking going on as I do this. And then across the middle. Now come down into a squat. Just as low as feels comfortable for you. Not trying to force anything. And then from there, walking forwards to a press-up position and with some knee drives. Bring the knees towards the elbows. Walking that back up again. Standing up and into a reverse lunge. Just going down as low as feels comfortable for you. Trying to keep the upper body fairly upright. Then walking out to a press-up position again. Coming down onto the knees. And just slowly control down towards the floor. Lifting the hands up and back down. Lift the hands up and back down. Feel a bit of work going on through your back as you lift up a bit there. And then from there into a plank position, up to a half plank so you're on the knees still, and then up to press up position, back down to the plank, up to the press up position again, full press up position, walk your way back up. Then we're going to tilt at the hips, so it's keeping the legs quite straight, pushing the hips back for that tension through the hamstrings and the glutes. Really trying to push those hips back, pushing the hips back. I'm feeling it's starting to get a little bit warmer by now. You'll see my knees are bending, but I'm keeping the legs quite tense as I'm not able to get those completely straight, but I'm definitely feeling an awful lot of effort through the back of the legs. Now relax, let's just walk that out a little bit and get ready for the main session. Okay, so the only equipment we need, I've got a step, but you can use your stairs, which will be a lot easier. And I'm using a weighted vest, but this is where you can get a backpack and put the weights in the backpack. So we use that for most of the exercises. So it's going to be 4 sets on each exercise before we move on to the next one. So it's only 1 round rather than the usual multiple rounds. 30 seconds at a time, so you'll have a 30 seconds, 10-second rest, 30 seconds. You will then get a 30-second rest, then a further 30 effort, 10 rest and 30 effort. And we're starting off with an explosive squat. So get yourself into position and off we go. So controlling down and then quick as you can back up again. Slowly down and quickly up. So the idea is that because we don't have much current at home for most people, by starting to move a little bit quicker, we're getting a lot more effort against that little bit of load from the backpack you're wearing. So it's not as if it's just a smooth, easy movement. And a 10-second pause. You'll be feeling a lot more fatigue by the time you get to the halfway point. Off we go. Controlling down, explode up. Really feel there's that strength, effort through the thighs to stand you up as quickly as you possibly can. Try not to pause during each exercise. And the faster you can stand up, the more effort you're putting in. So we have that slightly longer rest. Hopefully enjoying the music that you've chosen for yourself tonight. I'll put links to a number of the previous circuit playlists via Spotify for you. Okay, getting ready for the third of the 4 sets of squats. And off we go, controlling down, exploding up. Control and explode. So you're not going to be completely shattered from this, but it's certainly going to feel that you're having to work hard on the way up and start bringing in some more explosive work. I didn't time that well. Let's put an extra half a repetition in. Okay, final one of the squats. Control and explode. You're only going as low as you feel comfortable with these exercises. Squeeze one more of those in. Okay. So the next one is going to be a mountain climber, but I'm going to add some progressions in to make it a bit more of a mobility exercise. I'm keeping my backpack on, but you don't have to for this one. So we're going to walk out into a press-up position. So for this first set of 30, I was going for a straight knee drive. So we're not trying to do these too quickly. So it's not about being completely fatigued. You are aiming to draw those knees as far forwards as you can. So it's not a half-hearted movement like this. We squeeze in the knees forwards. Working on that range of motion. And let rest for a few seconds. Definitely makes a difference having the waist vest on. So this time, I'm progressing on taking the knee to the outside of the elbow. So it's a lot more demanding around the inside of the leg and around the hips. And don't be surprised if your arms feel a little bit tired. Stomach will definitely be working a lot as well. And rest. Oh, quite glad. That's the 30-second rest now. So on the next one, I'm doing a bit of a twist, so taking the knee across towards the opposite elbow. Okay, back into position. So again, I'm squeezing across. Really trying to draw that knee right up as close to the elbow as you can. Keep that strength around the midsection, really tight in the stomach. So you don't have to do all these different variations. You might find it's difficult enough just doing the straight forward. So for the final one, I'm going to do a bigger twist right underneath. So draw the knee forward, just not quite to the elbow, and then bring it around, lifting up the other side. Knee comes forwards, twist, and lifting up towards the ceiling. Forwards and twist. Forwards and twist. 10 seconds. Forwards and twist. Forwards, twist. Forwards, twist. And rest. Drink. So on to reverse lunges next. And again with this, only going with the range of motion that you feel comfortable with. Trying to stay upright as we go through. Control. Again, fairly quick on the way up. Control. Quickly up. So it's similar to that explosiveness of the squat. Using the arms a bit will actually help on that. Drive the elbow back. Oh dear, lost control. And rest. Whew. Okay, that's short break. Try that again. Control down, quickly standing up. Control and stop. Quick as we can. Only halfway through these. 2 more 30-second bursts to go here. And relax the breathing. Doesn't last long, I'm afraid. Get yourself ready for the next set. Off we go. Control down. Quickly up. Step back and down, quickly up. Oh dear. That very short breaks are definitely feeling more tired on the legs now. Off we go. Quickly up. Control. Quickly up. Control. Fast movement upwards each time. Working on some of that more explosive muscle. Final seconds. Squeeze one more in. 30-second rest. Right, now you might find the next one is a little bit easier if you take the bag off, I'm not going to, I'm going to make myself suffer for your entertainment. So the idea is you can put the bag on the floor and have your feet either side of it as we do some sit-ups. So gripping onto the ball helps to counterbalance you, so you have to work quite so hard under control. Easy down again. And then a strong effort, but not trying to throw yourself forwards. So you'll see, if I keep my arms in place, it's the effort from my stomach that brings me forwards, controlling back, rather than me trying to lean myself up. But I have to see how you go. If that's the only way you're going to get back up, that's not the end of the world, but that's not exactly what we're looking for. Controlling back. Strong, fast-ish, squeezing the way up. Controlling back. Easing up. Always welcome controlling on the way back down. It's important. You really feel it working in your stomach now. And that should be a longer 30-second break now. So the good news is that this takes us after the next minute, will take us up to the halfway point. Let's try and relax the breathing. Ready? Off we go. Control that back. Easy up. Control. And squeeze up. Now it won't necessarily be a burning sensation inside because it's quite short sets, but it's a very definite effort that's becoming more demanding as we get towards the end. 10-second break, last set of sit-ups. Off we go. Control. It's a lot more difficult for me, of course, because I haven't got music to help me. And that 30-second rest again. Now would be a good time to grab a quick drink, I think. Okay, next one's going to be the stiff-legged deadlift. Okay, so the stiff-legged deadlift, pushing the hips back, feeling that tension down the back of the legs, and stand it back up, driving the hips forwards. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you place the hands behind the head. So this is all about trying to keep those legs as straight as you can. Same as in the warm-up, we're pushing the hips back, feel that tension through the back of the legs and your glutes, squeeze forwards. So you want to make sure the first thing with this one is that we've definitely got the effort to the back of the legs. If you're feeling it there, then we can make that a little bit slower, push the hips, and then drive the hips forward quickly. Pushing back, make sure that tension is through the back of the legs and the bum. Drive the hips forwards quickly. I really feel it's an effort to get started on this one. And also keeping a strong arch in your back here, so you are getting that tension through the back of the legs. So feeling a little bit like, yeah, breathing's out. not too demanding yet when you're halfway through. More seconds, and do that again. Okay, pushing the hips back, feel that tension, drive the hips forwards quickly, pushing back and forwards. Make sure the effort's to the back of the legs every single time. It's all about getting quality of movement rather than just frantically trying to do as many reps as you can. And rest. Well, catch your breath, not really much of a rest at 10 seconds, is it? Last 30. Tilt. And drive the hips. Tilt. And drive the hips. Oops, lost the balance bit. Drive it for us. Right to the end. Okay, so next one's going to be the side plank. Again, I'm going to keep this on, but you might find this is difficult enough as it is, so taking the bag off. So again, we'll go through the progressions with this. So starting off with a straight line, shoulders through the hips to the knees, so your feet back behind you, lifting up, feel that tension across the side of the torso. If that feels comfortable, you can have the legs out straight. Pull the toes in slightly, make sure your feet are on top of each other. And as you lift up. And control down. Coming up again. If you feel it's a lot of effort on the shoulders, quite often what you find is your arm has slipped out. So bring your elbow underneath the shoulder and feel as if you're definitely rolling over the top of the arm there. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Legs are out straight. And controlling down. Again, if that's still quite comfortable, lifting the arm up as well, make it a little bit more difficult. It's all about feeling as if you've got that control over it rather than trying to hold for too long. Okay, started on the rest. So the next progression on will be to also lift the top leg, which I will attempt, but it's a lot easier doing it on one side than it is on the other. And that resting time seems to be going down quicker and quicker. Okay, legs out straight, lifting up. And then lift the leg as well. Control down. Lifting up. Lift the leg. And controlling down. And repeat. This 30 seconds seems to go on forever. And then same, a quick switch on the other side. And lift. And rest down. Lift. And make sure you're controlling down rather than dropping down as well. You don't have to do this version if it's too much. And rest. Okay. Step step-ups next. So this is one where you can get yourself up and down the stairs instead. But if I did that, you wouldn't see me doing it, so you wouldn't believe me. So I will use the step here instead. So with this, there's a little bit more control over the speed. If you are going up the stairs, you just want to run up them quickly. So this one, it's step up quickly, control down and stepping up quickly. So I'm sticking to the second leg. Whoop. For each 30-second burst. Especially if you're carrying a bag on your back, just trying to get up the stairs and back down again a couple of times in 30 seconds is going to be difficult enough as it is. And I'm ready to switch legs. And off we go again. Control down, spring up. So you're trying to keep the weight, if you're doing it on a single step like this, trying to keep the weight on that front leg. So the back foot is just tapping down. So give me that little bit of balance there. And rest. Now if you find it difficult to do the control, then we can of course just do a quicker set of ups and downs. You get the heart rate going a lot higher as well, so I'll do that as a variation on the second half of these. So I'll just be then as quick as you can. You know, it's always leading with the same left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Making sure the feet are firmly down on the step, not staying up in the tiptoes. And then the second half, we're going the way right, left. Okay. Right head up, looking down. I want to be looking, keeping that strong, tall posture. Everything's burning out. And rest. Quick drink. And you notice this? One exercise been missing so far. And the teeth. I haven't done any press ups yet. So, finishing off with the press ups. Remember, this is all about the negative portion of the exercise. So if you can, do the toes great, but it doesn't matter where we're starting from. The important thing is controlling down all the way to the floor and then coming back whichever way you want to. If it's pushing like that, that's absolutely fine. So it's that controlling down. Now I've got my elbows in tight there. If your hands are a bit wider out, elbows come out to the sides, that's usually a little bit easier. Not always. So just try different hand positions. So here you get on, and if you can do that from the feet, great. So that control down. And of course if you can, push back up, even better. But that's not the important part. The important part is being able to control down, get the chest and the hips down at the same time. Always under control. So we have just 1 minute of effort remaining. Seconds. Okay, get yourself into position. Toes are on knees, doesn't matter. Whichever you can do. Controlling down. And get up whichever way you can. Control every time. At last, 10-second rest. Ease the wrist off if you need to. And final 30 seconds off you go. Strong control, press that negative portion. Get back however you want. Just 15 seconds to go. And rest out there. Okay, grab yourself a drink. Change to some calming music. Obviously take the bag off if you were using a bag. Glut for punishment if you were. Alright. So if you did stand up, you can sit yourself down now. Not sit yourself down, kneel back down. So we're on all fours. I'm just going to gently flex and extend through the spine. Nice. Big movement to tucking the pelvis in. And arching through your back, lifting your head up, pushing your hips up in the air. Well done today. That's an awesome effort. Take those knees out further, pushing the feet back behind you, coming down onto your forearms and just gently rocking your hips back over your heels. You might even find at this position here you're getting a bit of a stretch through your back. Just gently let yourself lower your head down towards the floor. Now if you can get your head to rest on the floor, and that just doesn't feel as if you're doing much, pushing your hips further back and reach the arms a bit further forwards, gently pressing them into the floor. And just allow the breathing to slow down. Breathing in and out. Just let yourself relax that position for as long as you want to. You can stay there for a good number of minutes if you wish, and then come out of that child pose when you feel ready to do so. Controlling down to the floor and then into the cobra. So you're driving your hips into the floor. Now you can do this resting on your forearms or up onto your hands. Hands can be further out in front of you if that's awkward. but try and keep your hips into the floor. So you can see as soon as I come up on straight arms here, my hips aren't actually on the ground. So I need to be doing this for my forearms, where I can really drive hips into the floor, feel my glutes are engaging, and I'm then working through my back but without forcing it at all. And if you can hold that position there, great. But if you feel that it's quite demanding, you need to rest out of it, that's also fine. Coming down and then back up, and just make sure you're pushing your hips into the floor each time and get that engagement through the glutes. And again, just repeat that for as long or as short a time as you've got. And when you feel ready, coming back up to all fours. And just gently wiggle the hips side to side. And then flexing up and down again to finish. Just get that little bit of movement back in the spine. Sometimes it might feel a little bit stiff after doing the cobra there. And there we have it. Hope you've enjoyed that. Well done. Let me know how you get on.